does the Aaron Rodgers injury and the nature of it immediately move the Jets into the top 2 in the Downtrodden Franchise Index? Now, the top 2 are the Browns and the Lions for historical futility par excellence. Jets are a solid number 3. I think we'd both agree that. We didn't do a power rankings. However, his question was, because it's just so terrible, is that alone enough to maybe push you into contention as like a top 2 downtrodden team? Because I actually can't think of anything worse. Even if he'd done it in training camp, I think that's actually better than this. He comes out, you get the excitement, the stadium's loud, as you said. He plays a couple snaps, and then he snaps his Achilles tendon. The hope that kills you. Is this enough to propel the Jets into the top 2? And my secondary question to that is this the single most downtrodden event in NFL history? Because I think it's got to be right up there.
I don't think so. And hear me out. So first of all, I told you, I think if they lost this game, which they had all reason to do, we might have had to rename it the Jets Index and just
the Jets Index,
because you have to remember, last week on the pod, I picked the Jets to win 4 games.
You did? You didn't pick this to happen. I think that should be made clear.
I did not pick Aaron Rodgers to get hurt, though that was certainly among the things that might have led to the team winning 4 wins. I thought it would actually implode a little bit differently. But the point is that the Jets played very well at times last year, won several games, gave you some hype, early season success, kind of fell off towards the end. You were going to fix it by having a quarterback who could play. And I get all of that, but they weren't Super Bowl contenders in my mind. So let's set that aside. The other thing is, you sent me a text yesterday, which I thought was just chef's kiss. The last 5 years, they've not had their starting quarterback make it to week 4.
Yeah.
So, this is a thing that has happened to the Jets. He is 100 years old. Now, I did not predict before this game started that he was going to tear his Achilles.
No.
But I did predict before he got hurt that he would not finish this game. Because after his first drop back, Aaron Rodgers looked old. I mean, the Bills got pressure around the outside. He kind of turns like he's thinking about running away from the pressure. He ends up getting rid of the ball, but he used all of his 43 years of life on earth experience not to fall over. He landed funny on his left leg, and you were just like, whoa, that looks like an old man trying to play football. And I immediately looked at the guy sitting next to me, and I said, if he plays like that, he's going to get hurt. And then 3 plays later, he is. And again, I'm not saying I predicted his Achilles. I just mean, it didn't look good from the word go. I can't believe that the professional football watchers in camp, if he looked like that in camp, that they were all super excited and said, this guy's gonna play a full year of football. He just didn't. He couldn't move. He was slow. There was a headline story today about how Aaron Rodgers said he didn't like chop block plays because it doesn't let him extend the play. The Aaron Rodgers that I saw in 4 dropbacks last night either was still stretching or couldn't move to extend the play, regardless of how you had it blocked. So, clearly the Jets defense was tough last night. They gave the Bills offense a hard time, but the Bills defense, Matt Milano was on fire, and they were in the backfield a lot. The Jets offensive line is not good.
Yeah.
And so,
but Tim, I'm gonna hold your feet to the fire here a little bit.
Okay. Sorry. Is it the most DFI thing that's ever happened?
Is it the most?
It's not.
Okay.
No.
It's pretty bad though. I have the Browns leaving Cleveland is number 1, right? That's got to be. You lost your team. That's got to be the worst thing to ever happen to a downtrodden franchise, right?
It might be worse that when they came back, they were as terrible as they've been.
Yeah, but being terrible that goes with the code of conduct, right? I think the thing that I find with this, and I don't think this propels the Jets into the top 2, just because there's a historical futility element which the Jets have yet to achieve. Just for those that aren't aware, the Lions haven't won the division since 1993. The Browns haven't won it since 1989. Yes, those things are both true, in case anyone wants to look them up. There is a historical futility. I do just think the nature of this was just unimprovable in terms of making a fan miserable. Like, you get the hope. It's a nationally televised game. It's a significant date in New York and in New York and American history.
More people tuned in to watch that game than have watched any Monday Night Football game ever.
And after 4 snaps, I mean, I just thought it was spectacular. I have it right up there in the DFI events ever. Now, I know that they won the game, and if the Jets go on to win the Super Bowl, fine. But I will just say, in microcosm, right? In microcosm, how could you improve that? I just don't think you could make that any more painful for a fan, which is the very essence of what being a downtrodden fan of a downtrodden franchise is all about. I'm not sure you could improve upon it if you tried, honestly.
I mean, the only thing would be if the defense was bad and the game had gone as you would have predicted that it had gone.
41 zip or something like that.
Yeah, but it's. I think if the Giants were in the DFI, the way the Giants game went was more DFI-y than losing your quarterback on the fourth.
Okay, that's fair. And I think.
Go ahead.
No, you go for it. You go for it.
I think. If he looked like the part of a star, let's say Rodgers comes out and the first drive he's 6 of 7 for 72 yards,
sets the world on fire out the gate,
rope to a
you're saying
corner of the
you
end
wanted
zone
to
for
be
a touchdown.
More excitement followed by more pain is what you're kind of going for, right?
I'm saying all the excitement was hype.
Yeah,
fair. It's a little bit like if Tom Brady unretired right now to come back and play for
the Jets,
the Browns, the Jets. Yes, if Tom Brady unretires to come play for the Jets, everyone's like, "Oh my God, we got Tom Brady!" And then he goes out there on the first play, he breaks his ankle. Well, we don't have any idea if Tom Brady was going to be any good. Like, all of the coverage of this Aaron Rodgers thing, and this is where I get a little bit sideways today, has been, "Hey, he was going to revolutionize this franchise. They were Super Bowl contenders." We had no idea. Aaron Rodgers didn't play particularly well last year. He looked old. He looked hurt. Like, we don't know what New York had in Aaron Rodgers. We remember the MVP Aaron Rodgers, and he did win it 2 years ago. I mean, it's not like it's been forever, but there was no guarantee that Aaron Rodgers was MVP Aaron Rodgers.
The savior of the franchise kind of guy.
It was all hype. It was all hype. If I'm a Jets fan, seeing what I saw in Breece Hall last night was more exciting than seeing Aaron Rodgers go down was deflating.